Good evening to all. Today I will discuss about dielectric fundamentals, introduction, and some basic formulae. And later we will discuss Closius-Massotti equation and different sources of polarizability, etc. So, in substances called insulators, which do not have free electrons, that means the number of the such free electrons are very low, which are very tightly bound to the atom. If a potential difference is applied to an insulator, there is no electric current flows. However, their behavior in the electric field is very important, because in the presence of an electric field, their behavior may get changed. The insulators whose behavior gets modified in electric field are called dielectrics. That is, if we consider a dielectric in an electric field, then the electric field exerts a force on each charged particle. The positive charges are pushed in one direction, that is in the direction of the electric field, while the negative charges are in the opposite direction. As a result, positive and negative parts of each molecules are displaced from their equilibrium positions in opposite directions. The overall effect is the displacement of the entire positive charge in the dielectric related to the negative charge. There is a displacement of the positive charge and the negative charge. And this relative displacement of the charges is called polarization. And now the dielectric is said to be polarized. And there are isotropic dielectrics and anisotropic dielectrics, that depends on the direction. When the change in the behavior of a dielectric is independent of the direction of the applied electric field, then that type of dielectrics are termed as isotropic. Otherwise, they depends on the direction of the applied field, then they are called as anisotropic. And this many properties of, as in general, many properties of the insulator or dielectrics, like electrical polarization, dielectric losses, ferroelectric phase transitions, piezoelectricity, dispersion and absorption of the electromagnetic radiations, etc. They are expressed without some much reference to the atomic and molecular properties. And if you consider, if you consider the practical applications, the connection between the dielectric and optical behavior of electrically insulating materials is very important in the field like nonlinear optics, etc. And the process of, so we can have the process of producing the electric dipoles of neutral atoms and molecules is called polarization. And let us see some basic formulas from Coulomb's law. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into q1 q2 divided by r square. And from this we can derive a new term which is called electric displacement D, which is the number of the lines received by unit area, that is called electric displacement vector D. And D is equal to a famous equation with the electric field, that is D equal to epsilon 0 E, where epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. And one more famous equation, the units are explained here. It is Coulomb per meter square. And all these things are the basic fundamentals, and if you want, you can have a look at these things and you will get a fundamental equation. That is a very important equation for electric displacement, which is D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. These are not directly covered in the syllabus, but you can use these equations, how to derive these equations. And if you are interested, you can just look this to, you can apply the Gauss's theorem, and you can we have a dielectric, and with a dielectric and without a dielectric. Then consider a parallel plate capacitor with dielectric and without dielectric, and then you can have this derivation of D, which is equal to, that is very important, epsilon 0 E plus P, where P is the polarization. So we can come back to our syllabus, that is the dielectric constant and the polarizability. And as we know, we have the polarization electric dipole moment small p, and that is equal to, that is proportional to, it is linearly proportional to electric field in even in at least in small electrical, if the field strength is very low. So P proportional to E, or you can have a you can have a constant of proportionality, and you can have this equation P is equal to, yes, P is equal to alpha into E, where P is the electric dipole moment and E is the electric field, and alpha is the constant of proportionality, and that is called the polarizability of the atoms or molecules. And this polar electric dipole moment is the induced dipole moment. But if we apply some electric field, external electric field, then the electrons, positive charge and negative charges, as we discussed earlier, they are displaced and the induced dipole moments are produced. And without the field, the induced this dipole moment is absent also. So, and the dielectric polarization capital P, polarization vector capital P, is the vector sum of the individual dipole moments. It is a vector sum of individual dipole moments, and that is usually expressed per unit volume. It is the dipole moment that is very important. A capital P or polarization vector, that is the dipole moments per unit volume. And thus if you have n atoms or per atoms or molecules per unit volume, that is meter cube, then P equal to capital N into P. Capital N is the number of atoms or molecules per unit volume into small p. Small p, you note the small p, and which is the dipole moment, and you can put the equation from equation 1, that is alpha E. So capital P is equal to N into alpha into E. And so the electric displacement vector capital D, you can write capital D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. And if you substitute the value of capital P polarization, and you will get and you can take this epsilon 0 and E are common, and you will get a D equal to epsilon naught into 1 plus N alpha by epsilon 0 into E. And also but we know that D equal to epsilon E in general, D is equal to epsilon E, and if you put what is the value of epsilon equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r, where epsilon r is the dielectric constant or the relative permeability, and you can substitute the value therefore D equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r E. And if you compare equations 3 and 4, you will get an interesting equation, that is epsilon r equal to 1 plus n alpha by epsilon 0. This equation, if you just look this equation, epsilon r is the dielectric constant, which is a macroscopic property. At the same time, alpha, which is the polarizability vector, it is a microscopic quantity. So this is a relation which connects with the microscopic property and a microscopic quantity. Microscopic and a microscopic quantity. That is this equation, epsilon r equal to 1 plus n alpha by epsilon 0. Not capital N is the number of atoms or molecules per meter cube. Alpha is the polarizability. It's a constant of proportionality in unit of epsilon 0. So that in unit of epsilon 0, it is a constant of proportional, so that it will be meaning it is a constant. So epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space. Okay. Now the electrical susceptibility, another we can define one more term, that is the electrical susceptibility chi of a medium, which is defined as capital P polarization is equal to epsilon 0 chi E, where chi is a dimensionless quantity which is expressed in unit of epsilon 0. And again you substitute for this P, that is D equal to epsilon 0 plus P. P becomes epsilon 0 chi E, and you can take the common things, that is epsilon 0 and E outside, and you will get a D, the displacement vector epsilon 0 equal to 1 plus chi into E. So that is an equation. So these three equations, if you have take this equation 3, that is you see the equation 3, and then equation 5, equation 3, equation 5, that is epsilon r, and equation 7. So if you compare this equation, instead of epsilon r, you will get 1 plus chi. So you can have an interesting equation, epsilon r equal to 1 plus chi, and or chi equal to epsilon r minus 1, And also, what is the equation for chi? Chi equal to n alpha by epsilon 0. So this is the equation. These are fundamental equations. You can use some more equation you can use here. Instead of n, the number of molecules per or atoms per meter cube, that is equal to rho Na by, that is again the fundamental equation. Rho is the density, Na is the Avogadro number, and m is the molar mass. So if you substitute that values, you will get a epsilon r equation like this. Note this equation. In this equation, epsilon r increases linearly with the density. Epsilon r increases linearly with the density. But this equation holds in gases. In gases, this is correct, where the density that can be conveniently varied over a wide range. But experiment shows that the above equation do not hold well in condensed matter systems like solids or liquids. Thus, we seek a better expression, and for that, what we need, we have to introduce a new term which is called local electric field, local field. And after that, we will discuss, we will conclude another equation like that is Cauchy-Moissault equation. And in the coming lecture, I will explain about that. So this is the fundamental things about dielectrics. Okay, thank you.